Previously on Chosen Ones, Shui wakes up in the middle of the night to an underwater thunderstorm, finding himself drawn by the memories of Ibishu towards the caverns. He sees echoes of his parents holding a baby, with the soft sound of a music box filtering through the water. Before he can linger on this memory too long, however, Ibishu yells at him to wake up, the sword singer coming to yet again as he realizes he had been sleepwalking. He finds himself deep within the caverns, a guardian preventing him from moving toward a light up ahead. It sings an unnerving song, causing Shui to swim away in fear and return to the hotel. In the morning, Shui informs the others about his journey into the caverns. Brandy contacts MeltiMoon and sets up a meeting with her at the Temple of the Depths. Theo and Brandy go to get new clothes, as the group prepares to go to Mizuni's temple, hoping for a new ally.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. On we'll go.
You guys go shopping, you get attire. I'm sure we'll get a Brandy redesign here from this.
Yeah, this is me forcing myself to commit to a redesign, finally.
Yeah, new outfit for Theo time.
Ooh, cute!
Oh!
Cute boy.
Thanks.
So you all journey to the Temple of the Depths, which is Mizuni's temple. That's kind of on the outskirts of the kingdom. It's still technically within the borders, but it is pretty far outside of the way. There's not a lot of stuff over here. It's almost got its own little corner of the kingdom that clearly people don't come here a lot. Even walking up to it, the temple is in the skeleton of a giant anglerfish. It does not have a welcoming feel to it. But it does seem like there's some people here inside currently that you see when you come in. A couple people kind of sitting in these makeshift pews that are made out of some of the ribs of the anglerfish. Someone up near what appears to be an altar praying. And there is a very strange looking kind of man in something that almost looks like a gas mask who's sweeping with a broom around the area that just feels kind of a little off kilter in comparison to everyone else.
Why is he wearing a gas mask underwater?
It looks similar.
Ah,
That's the closest comparison I could make.
It's Arthur.
we can't get away from him.
Look at this fucking twink.
Arthur, good to see you. No,
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, he bleached his hair.
Who is that?
He's so future tech.
just a janitor.
Very future tech, which is
It's not supposed to be future tech. It's supposed to be reminiscent of
diver
underwater, scuba diving gear kind of stuff. Yeah. It's hard to tell. He appears to be more humanoid. He's not like a Triton or anything, but it's hard to tell because he's covered up.
And does he have the bubble over his head or just doesn't bother with that?
No, he just has that mask on.
Avayath is going to talk shit about the temple being this doesn't look right, but they're already inside, so he's going to talk shit while everyone's there.
This doesn't look right. This looks shitty. Oh, this is awful.
Crunch.
Claytor's temple is so much better than this.
He was literally going to say that.
Of course he was.
And you can see he's sweeping and kind of wandering around. Occasionally someone kind of comes up to him. Looks almost like they're pleading with him for a moment, and you see him sigh and then reach out and tap them in the middle of the forehead, and they almost go quiet and then seem to just aimlessly wander away.
The hell?
I get the feeling that guy's not just the janitor here.
Yeah, that's strange.
maybe he knows something about Mizuni or Ibishu.
I will note all of the metal and stuff that's on his person seems to be rusted, he's been down here for a long time.
Strange.
Yeah. How much time until Malloran gets here?
She said she would try to be here within an hour. You shopped for 40 minutes before coming here, so.
Okay, so we got a little time. I'm gonna go talk to him.
All right.
We'll be nearby if he does that thing he did.
I'll come with you.
Cool, I got a wingman.
Mostly for aura of protection in case you have to make a saving throw.
Yeah, fair. Smart choice.
I also want to ask about the lightning bolt scars that so many people have here. Mostly the royal family, right?
Mostly the royal family. There were some people in the crowd as well that seemed to have them, but it was mostly the royal family.
Titus didn't have one, though, did he?
He did not.
Okay. Now that I'm here in the temple, do I feel anything? Can I do like a vibe check, like a perception check?
There's a different. If you're looking for a vibe check, you'd be inciting people.
No, not from him. Like from the environment, the temple itself. Does anything call out to me? Do I feel like my mom's presence?
It just feels very somber and empty, honestly. Like there's people here, but it almost feels like you're in an abandoned building.
Okay. Yeah. So Shui goes up to the guy and he's like, excuse me.
Wish her well.
Sorry, I was shocked into silence.
Sorry, we're new here. We don't know what that means.
He was looking down as he seemed to kind of be sweeping up. There's nothing. He just seems like he's mindlessly wandering around. And he looks up and he's just like,
Oh, sorry. No one normally comes here unless they live here.
Live here? Oh, in the kingdom?
Yes. Not in this building, that's just me.
You live here?
Don't have a home, technically, so I just stay here.
He looks around and it's like, I don't see the bed in his mind, but it's pretty big, isn't it, though, in here?
yeah, it's a giant anglerfish. There's enough for you all to be here and there's still space, so.
What kind of, temple or church is it? Are there, pews, seating, or is it just kind of this
You
empty...
probably wouldn't know it's a temple unless you had been told.
Okay, interesting. We wanted to ask you a couple questions about the kingdom and Mizuni, if you're able to answer.
I might not be able to, but I can give it a shot.
Okay, well, what happened here? It's a lot more run down than I thought it would be.
Well, Mizuni doesn't actually have a high priestess or a high priest. Just a groundskeeper, which would be me, and even then, I've only had the job for a little bit. I don't even remember how I got this job. Just kind of was here one day and took it up.
So you worship Mizuni then?
No,
I
I just wander this place.
Does she ever come here?
No. She lives in the caverns, I'm pretty sure. I remember that much, at least.
How long have you been here?
Don't know.
Well, this might be hard to remember, but I was wondering if you'd ever seen two people, maybe, he's like, how old am I? Maybe 20-ish years ago? A woman with long blue hair and a man with black hair, and they held a baby?
No.
You don't remember anything like that?
No.
I'm gonna insight.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Avayath is also going to insight.
No.
It seemed like he was muttering to himself, as you were talking to him.
Since Theo said he'd be nearby, can he also insight?
Sure.
Yes.
15 plus 3, which is 18 for Shui.
20 for Avayath.
33 for Theo.
Oh my god.
Jesus
Damn.
Theo knows this person's whole life story.
Theo's good at seeing through lies, I'm telling you.
So what were the numbers again?
Shui got 18, Avayath got 20 something, and Theo got 33.
Okay, yeah, because he got a natural 20. But so only Theo would pick up on this with everyone else's scores. But it doesn't seem like he is lying necessarily. It's a very odd feeling that you kind of get from him. When Shui says those things, it does seem like it triggers some kind of response in him, but it doesn't seem like he actually recognizes the words that Shui is saying.
What do they think about it, since they're interacting with him?
He seems a little out of it to them.
Do you know anything about Ibishu?
the child that Mizuni lost?
No.
This ain't going nowhere. He looks at Avayath again.
Are you sure you're comfortable living down here? You don't look like a Triton or something that normally lives underwater. Seems like it would be kind of uncomfortable.
It's fine.
Does that thing on your face let you breathe down here?
No.
Then how are you not suffocating?
Don't know.
You see him shrug.
Interesting.
Could you tell us about the Guardians? Do you know where they came from?
Far away, and then they wandered here, I think.
Does the royal family control them at all?
Oh, no. They were once sirens, and then they died, and then they came back like that, and then they came here for some reason.
Jabbers.
No, they're not jabbers, because Shui's jabber sense would have gone off.
Oh, not jabbers. Weird.
They're in the caverns too, right? Do they ever guard anything?
Well, they are guardians.
Okay.
You got me there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you ever been in the caverns yourself?
Who knows?
Shui is like kind of like fidgeting in place because he's trying to be polite, but you know.
During your conversation, you see kind of like an older woman kind of start to come up to you and just be like, are you both done? Can I talk to him if you're done?
Does this woman have a thunderbolt scar?
Yes, I will say. They seem to be a Triton.
Shui gestures to the woman's scar. We noticed that a lot of people had thunderbolt scars down here. Do you know what that's about?
Well, there are storms here every year, especially around this time. It's just part of, I don't know, the punishment because we haven't fulfilled our part of the bargain for living here.
The ceremony, then, the thing Titus is supposed to find, why does Mizuni want that?
Something that was supposed to be a gift, I guess. And she never got it. Who knows what's up with gods, and can I just talk to him, please?
Sure, yeah, I think we're done. Right, Yaya?
Right, let's not take up any more of their time. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
You see him nod to you.
Wish her woe.
And she seems to kind of like go up and like whisper something in his ear and nods.
Always the same with you, isn't it?
And then flicks her in the middle of the forehead, and she has that same kind of effect of like, almost like she can't seem to realize what she was just doing, and then just slowly turns and walks away from him.
Can Avayath try to do like a check to see if she picked wish or woe?
I guess you would do perception to have overheard?
Yeah, I'm just curious. Why would somebody pick woe? 20.
You overheard her, she kind of just whispered and was just like,
Whoa, please. I don't want to remember him anymore, if that's okay.
Ooh, okay.
and that was all that you heard.
That magic of yours, what exactly is that?
It's something I picked up. Not quite sure where. It's come in handy here, though. A lot of people who want things come here.
But what exactly is it?
It can take things away and it can give things. It just depends on what you want.
Could you be a little more specific about what you mean?
Do you want to have pleasant thoughts of someone, or do you want to forget that they ever were here?
Got it. Interesting.
I can give you as many wonderful memories of someone as you want, or I can take them all away if it's too hard.
I see.
Do you have a wish or a woe?
No, I'm okay. I'd rather keep my memories where they are.
You hear Essence, who has been with you, speak up and just be like, this person I don't know at all doesn't have any memory problems and would definitely not want your help.
Essence, again, maybe just give it another day. Just give it another day, and I think you'll be all right.
And then you can start talking again.
Yeah, that's up to Miffy, I would think.
I'm okay. This seems like a little weird magic thing that I don't want to do.
Yeah, that's valid.
Is it magic or is it like a spark?
Do you have a spark?
I don't think so.
Interesting. And if you don't need that stuff to breathe, like you had said, why do you wear it all? Just fashion?
I think I came here wearing it, so I just didn't take it off.
Do you not remember?
I guess I don't.
Does that bother you?
No, it's fine.
Have you ever tried giving yourself memories back, or maybe you forced yourself to forget, you think?
Who knows? If I did, then I obviously wanted to forget something.
And do you know how old you are?
No.
Do you know if you're human or if you're,
I think I was human.
was?
I guess not anymore.
Why do you say that?
No, because humans have to breathe normally. I don't need one of those stupid bubbles you all have.
Well, I don't need that either, but I just wear it to be nice.
Yeah, the bubbles are fun. They change colors.
Yes.
You haven't seen anybody that Shui had mentioned? No. What were your parents' names, Shui?
Sumi and Shinkai?
Those names don't sound familiar to you?
No.
Squints?
There's clearly something wrong.
What was that response there? That response you just had?
What response to what?
To Sumi and Shunkai.
And you see him just start to like sweep again with that broom and start to wander away from you.
I think there's something strange going on with that fella.
There's definitely something wrong there. I sensed it pretty immediately. I'm sure everyone else did. Definitely seems to have their memories messed with.
Yeah, definitely.
Relatable, though.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't relate to that at all, specifically.
The responses that he was giving to those certain questions definitely were almost like a conditioned response and not actually an answer.
Yeah.
Well, they might not know the answer themselves, considering they have memory loss.
Right. Shui, you don't happen to have anything that your parents once owned, do you?
Nope, not at all.
And you don't happen to know what they look like specifically or anything like that?
Mentor Estel. Was it Estel or was it Elia? Oops.
I think it technically was Elia.
Okay. Mentor Estel or I guess Elia gave me a picture. Here, look. I don't know if you can pull it out. It's underwater, but it's okay.
It starts like moving in the water like it's blowing in the wind. Immediately starts to get very soggy.
Well, it's laminated. It's fine, probably, maybe.
It's laminated.
Otherwise, all our things would be fucked.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
The bubble, I guess, goes to your person in terms of protecting your items.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just don't fucking let go of it.
Looking at that picture, Brandy scratches his chin, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna try something real quick. And Brandy's gonna take 10 minutes. He's gonna take out a crystal ball, and he's gonna cast Scrying. He's gonna try Shunkai.
You want us to wait 10 minutes while you look at your...
Well, we're waiting here anyway. Like, fuck you. We're here anyway.
Well, what do we do in the 10 minutes? Said Brandy staring at this ball.
Just you guys wait a second. So, while casting Scrying, the target must make a wisdom save. There are two things that can help with this. One, if I am familiar with the target, aka I know them well, they have a -5 to it. If I've met the target, they have a 0. And if I heard of them, they have a +5 to the save. But also, because I have a picture of the target, specifically, they have a -2 to it as well. So if I know them secondhand, it'd be a +5, and then so they'd have a +3 to the save, unless have met them, in which they have a 0, and then then they just have a -2 to the save.
Okay, so what does scrying do again?
On a failed save, the spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear this through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. So basically, if Shunkai fails this, I can see him.
It did fail.
Uh-huh. So what do I see?
You see the inside of the anglerfish.
I was absolutely right.
And everyone else sees this strange man suddenly look up like he sees something in front of him, and he snaps his fingers, and your scrying spell ends.
Brandy's eyes widen at that.
Keeps brush on the floor.
This guy's already weird, so I won't think anything of that. He's just like, oh, he's just weird.
He looks like he's just going like, I got it, and then just kept sweeping.
In Theo's head, he hears, "That's Shui's dad."
Oh shit. I think you hear that in your head.
Oh shit.
What do we do?
I don't know. He might be under some kind of spell or something.
It feels like definitely under some kind of spell. I mean, as he said, he's a human underwater, and that doesn't make sense. And also, yeah, the whole memory thing, definitely something wrong there.
Yeah. It's just a matter of, I don't know, how do you fix that, you know?
Yeah, because it's not like he knows, so but this is what Shui's been searching for the whole time. I mean,
Yeah, it's a question of do we want to tell him or not? I don't know how good an idea that might be.
Woes and wishes, who's to say? Come back again every day.
he's gonna still be here. This feels like, on one hand, if we tell, we really feel like we should.
I know.
It will hurt because this man doesn't know and would deny it or something, and that would hurt Shui, I think.
Right. I almost feel like he has to be under some kind of magical effect, right? He has to be under some kind of spell or something.
Definitely, when he was talking to them, his response, it was so like he didn't know what was going on with it. This place belongs to Mizuni. I'm almost certain with what happened, this is her form of punishment.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then the question also is, where's Sumi? Where's Shui's mom?
Maybe if we can somehow heal him, I don't know how, he might know.
Avayath might know. Maybe Avayath has some kind of spell, maybe like a greater restoration or something like that. Maybe it's a curse or something.
Maybe. We might want to be careful, though. If it's not something that he just is now. Breathing.
I'm gonna cast Sending to Avayath because I can send it in his head.
Hey Avayath, do you have the spell Greater Restoration?
No, I don't. Why are you asking?
Shit.
Also, this prayer was supposed to go out to Mizuni, not you. What happened?
Shut the fuck up. God.
Why are you so funny?
God.
What was he praying for? The fuck?
Yeah,
what was he trying to say?
you praying for?
A makeover.
I pray that your temple looks better. It's bad.
That's actually what he was going to do.
I pray that your groundskeeper actually does his job. The grounds are not very kept. He's using a broom. There's no dust underwater.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
We're just getting rid of the old water, duh.
Yeah, out with the old and with the new.
Just sweeping it away.
I don't know what the hell to do.
Well, here. First off, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. For the duration, I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. You learn the school of magic, if any.
This temple is honestly actually pretty barren. You would get some hints from the people. Some of the people here may have some magical items and things on them and stuff like that just from being within the city. You see, he seems to have a couple kind of spots light up on him, but also his whole person lights up.
Yeah, what kind of magic is it?
You get two things. You get enchantment and necromancy.
Yeah, enchantment sounds accurate, and necromancy sounds accurate, because this motherfucker should be dead, because he's underwater. Alright.
I do have some meta knowledge I could give you, I guess. Avayath asks, why do you ask? He has other spells that might work for this.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Like, remove curse.
Yeah.
Well, Brandy just never responded to this one.
Well, yeah, Brandy was just wanted to make sure he was taking the second to, like, actually check. He'll, send a message to Avayath again. He's like,
Because I'm asking if you got anything that could remove a curse or something like that. Because I think our friend here is, under the influence of some sort of spell.
Well, I do have Remove Curse and Lesser Restoration. I don't know if either of those would work, but worth a shot.
Try remove curse for me.
Sure thing. I'm pretty sure it requires him to touch the guy. Well, this is going to be awkward.
they'll both go, he'll be like, follow my lead. He's going to gesture for Avayath to come with him. He'll start swimming up to him and be like, you know, man, this place is pretty nice. I really appreciate the work you do here. I'm going to pat him on the back. Isn't that right, Avayath?
Do not touch me.
Okay.
He very quickly backs away.
Well, you alright?
If you have a wish or a woe, you can ask. Otherwise, do not touch me.
Sure, I have a wish.
What is it that you wish?
I wish to be reminded of a good memory of my parents.
He reaches out and he does the same thing where he flicks you in the middle of the forehead, and you have a memory come to your mind that you've never actually had before. You appear to be kind of like out near some kind of field, and you're with your mom, and you're making like little sandwiches out on a picnic, and you don't remember ever having this memory before. But it feels very nice and pleasant.
Oh, that's nice. In that moment, Avayath is going to try to touch him and remove curse.
Okay.
Yeah, baby! Hell yeah!
Hey, Avayath, what's your max HP?
Oh, 148.
As you reach out to start to try and touch him, before you even do so, he just goes,
Stop.
and power word's done. You cannot move.
Oh.
And he just bounces a couple steps away through the water.
Maybe you should leave the temple.
That gets Shu's attention. Yaya, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry,
He's like still reaching.
that was,
I know.
you flicked me in the forehead, I wasn't ready.
You can make a con save since we're not actually in combat.
18.
You are out of it.
He says, sorry about that.
That's enough for today. Goodbye.
And he starts to make his way kind of to the back of where the skeleton is.
Farewell, thank you for your time.
What was that about? Out of character, don't tell Shui. He's not ready. In character, you do what you want.
He clearly had some kind of memory curse, so I was trying to help him out.
He has something going on with his memories.
What was touching him gonna do?
I was trying to cast Remove Curse.
Oh.
He's got something going on with his head. Unfortunately, someone's done something to him. It's just a matter of figuring out how to undo that, because I feel like it's important.
If he's here, then maybe Mizuni has something to do with it.
I also think that.
Mizuni almost assuredly has something to do with it.
If we find her in the caverns, why don't we just ask her?
Yeah, if you want to do that.
I don't know how willing she'll be, but that might be as good an option as we have. Unless we want to try and fight this guy.
Let's not when we still don't know what other options there are.
I know. It's just worrisome.
I know.
What should we do now? He said he wanted us to leave, right? Should we just wait outside for Melrin?
He said maybe, it's okay. We can wait here. If he asks us outright to leave this place, then we can listen, but I feel like if we're meeting with Melrin, we might as well wait here a little longer.
You've been here probably 20 minutes or so, and you see kind of as you're waiting near the entrance She has almost making her stand out more, like a big robe over her to like try and hide her. But like I said, she almost stands out more because of that. She like looks in and you can see kind of like peeking out from underneath the hood, the same woman that you saw at the ceremony yesterday, kind of like looking in and gestures with her head to like follow her back out of the temple.
Looks like that's us.
We'll follow.
We'll follow.
All right, and you guys go and follow her. So you follow Melrin out of the temple, and she kind of leads you back further into the kingdom a little bit, but off in one of those like alleyways kind of behind one of the shops in this area. It's not as busy as the kind of more touristy areas you were in. But as you kind of pull off to the side, she quickly like lowers her hood and looks to you all. And it's just like, so you're here for Titus?
Yes, we're friends of his.
Indeed.
I'm surprised he didn't mention anyone when he came back.
I mean, you know.
Well,
He didn't want us to know where he went.
Yeah.
Well, our family did call him back rather suddenly when they got the report that his spark changed, so...
Yeah.
we're from the chosen few.
Oh, right. I remember him sending letters about that.
Yes, although I actually met him at Waterline, the school.
Oh, so that's where he spent his banishment. I guess at least he got an education.
Ah, yes. I'd like to think that we became friends.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Oh, sorry, I just... you should go for it. She was gonna say, I'm not used to this, like... But...
That's quite alright. I am Avayath, the Undead Slayer.
Oh. There's no recognition. They live in pretty much a bubble, so...
Yeah, Avayath is not going to be like, do you recognize me? Like, he's done.
I'm Theo Redston.
Good to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
Name's Brandy.
And you?
I'm Shui.
And then Miffy's like, I'm Miffy. And this is Essence. No, it's not. Ah, dang it.
Oh my god.
It is. She's cursed to say the opposite of what she means. Just for one day.
That's a little silly. Did you go to the souvenir shop?
No. We stopped by somewhere else before coming here.
Oh, well, full of trick items and things in that store, so.
So we noticed.
Who are you to Titus?
Oh, I'm Princess Melrin Xenophoth. I'm his sister.
Pleasure to meet you.
One of the 12. She nods.
Okay. I didn't realize it was such an extensive family.
Yes, well, not all sisters, but one of his 12 siblings.
Gotcha. Quite the family you got there.
There are a lot of us. There have to be.
Yeah, about that. That whole ritual thing you got going on, it's really worrisome.
We don't want him to go through that alone.
He shouldn't have been sent back in anyway. He already made an attempt and he failed, so there's no point in sending him back if he already failed. And he took the punishment.
Wait, how did he fail? I thought somebody took his place.
Well, they did. Our father, actually. And she kind of looks down.
I feel like this ritual shouldn't be going on at all.
Mother's doing it to appease the people, because if we don't, then if we send one of them in, they've made it very clear that they will not stand for a royal family who sacrifices its own people.
I think the point was we don't think that Mizuni should be forcing you all to do this in the first place.
Exactly. It's needless bloodshed and all that.
I mean, she's a goddess. Who are we to deny a goddess who graciously allowed us to take up residency in her domain?
You're a lot of people in comparison, I would say.
To a goddess?
You'd be surprised in what people can do in large numbers. Hell, just the four of us have done some things that would really make some heads turn.
Well, she's put us in our place plenty of times over the years. I don't think that's a good idea.
And why do you guys choose to stay here then? I understand the prospect of moving would be difficult, but if you're being forced to sacrifice people repeatedly in order to appease this goddess, it feels like there are probably better options, right? Like, there had to be better places to stay, ain't there?
This is our home. This is where we've always lived. People are very protective of their homes.
Regardless of all of that, we really want to see if there's a way we can help Titus. We thought maybe you would know some way to help him.
Well, whatever this, contract or treaty, or I'm not sure what to call it is, it seems like the rules are being abided by. As far as I know, any attempts to go into the caverns if you aren't a member of the royal family are dismissed. Not only by us, but by the guardians who graciously watch over us.
And she smiles. The way that she's talking makes it sound like she thinks she's being listened to.
Yesterday, you volunteered to go in his place.
Right, it was supposed to be my year.
Did you think you could do better than Titus? Do you know anything about the caverns?
I don't think he deserves to go back in. It's only fair that it be my turn. It was supposed to be my turn.
What happened to the others? If you don't mind me asking.
They just didn't come back.
And there's no way inside without being a royal, then. I mean, you used to send people who weren't royals in there, didn't you?
Well, I don't even know how far they made it in to begin with.
But it used to happen.
We did try initially, yes, the first attempt. It started just before I was born, so this is the way that it's always been.
How do you go about getting, permission?
Well, it doesn't matter which one of the royal family, it just matters that one of them goes in.
If you're outside of the royal family, is there any way that we can potentially get granted access to these caverns?
I mean, you might be able to go in if I could come with you.
I mean, that's fair.
Would you want that?
It was supposed to be my turn. I'd already been ready for it.
Just so we've got a better understanding, what exactly do you expect to happen once you find this? You're looking for a box, right?
The sea beast box, yes.
What exactly happens when you do find it?
We give it to the goddess. It's hers.
Is she gonna come to you, or do you have to go find her, or what?
We know which cavern she's in.
Is that right?
It's easy to get lost in them. Easy to end up in lots of places you wouldn't expect.
I see.
Has anyone told you about, a music box playing in the caverns?
Some claim that they hear something sometimes, but I've never heard anything.
I was down in the caverns last night.
What? How did you make it in?
I don't know. I just woke up there.
I have never heard of an outsider making it past the first entrance.
Well, we're a special kind of folk.
Avayath, I guess, pulls out the badge that he was given.
Oh, you're from the Prime Capital, all of you.
Not exactly.
It's more like we know someone from the Prime Capital who was willing to do us a favor.
Oh, you snuck in. She like, grins at that.
We didn't. Well, that's not necessarily true either, but we weren't invited here, I suppose.
So you snuck in.
Alright, well, that's considered an invitation, right? That badge, so.
I'm not going to tell anyone.
I know, I'm just saying.
We have lots of people from the Prime Capital who come here. It's a spectacle for them.
Ugh.
Well, our goals here. We wanted to go into the caverns and see what we could do, so that maybe Titus didn't have to go through it. Would you be at all willing to, help with that?
I would, it's hard for me to be away a lot during the day. If you wanted me to come with, it'd probably have to be in the evening, when my keeper isn't around.
Ah.
You've met the advisor. He's a little uptight.
So we've noticed.
Well, what about tonight?
I could do tonight. I think Zamros usually goes to sleep right after dinner, so...
We've got a potential means of ensuring we find this box. So...
That'd be me. Bibby raises a hand.
Yeah, our friend Miffy here is particularly good at tracking things down. Anything that they see, they can track it.
Oh, is that a spark then? And Miffy nods. You probably have a better chance of anyone then if you have sparks. Most of the people that we send in don't. I don't.
Well, lucky for us, all of us do. In fact, all of us got a pretty good chance of being the next chosen one if all considerations taken into account. It's a good chance it's one of us, so what better people to be with than some folks as strong as us, right?
She's tight smile. Sorry, we don't really, well, we've never really had a lot of chosen ones interested in this kingdom. They sound great. Someone who's supposed to come and save the day, right? I guess we're a little far away for that.
Chosen one or not, if we can help you all so that you don't have to keep doing this, it would make us all feel a little better, I think.
Absolutely.
Well, if you're willing to give it a shot, then sure.
Thank you for your time and for this.
I can't promise you'll be able to come very far. I've never tried. I mean, no one's ever tried to take someone with them. Besides, again, the first attempt.
Well, it'll be a interesting first shot then.
Yeah.
I would just say, try to remain calm. There's bubbles on your heads. The colors change according to your emotions. So, if there's any anger or anything involved, the Guardians are very quick to react to that.
Oh.
Of course. Just a quick question. I don't imagine you know too much about it, but that fella in there, in the church, the groundskeeper, you know anything about him?
And there's rumors. There's always rumors in places like this.
Yeah, what?
I just kind of showed up one day. No one really kept up with the temple. We probably should, honestly. She's probably not happy that no one really seems to want to. But he took it up, and people go there for comfort from him. He doesn't have a name. I've asked him. Doesn't seem to remember it. Been here a couple decades.
Would that happen to be 20 years then?
I mean, I don't know exact dates. I mean, just to me, he's always been here, so.
Of course. And he didn't happen to come here with anybody, did he?
I don't know. I wouldn't know that, I'm sorry.
It's alright. Just curious.
He does sometimes wander towards the caverns at night, I've noticed, but like I said, no one besides the royal family is allowed to go in, so I'm sure he just wanders around the outside.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Much appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
She nods. I wish I could be of more help.
This is plenty help.
Absolutely, yeah. You are being very, very gracious in your assistance with us in this.
We just want to help Titus, and if we can help the rest of you, that'd make us happy.
Titus has escaped death many times, and it just seems cruel to constantly put someone in the line of fire just because they survived once.
Yeah. Brandy just like tight smile. Yep, that is pretty cruel to do that to somebody, to put them in the line of fire after escaping death several dozen times.
Theo squeezes Brandy's hand.
That's why we'd like to ensure that it doesn't happen anymore.
Well, we can always hope that this is the last year. It was supposed to be me, so I've trained a lot for this.
Well, then we'll be in good company, it sounds like.
I've memorized some maps of the basic layout of the caverns, but they do move as a warning.
Is there any way that we could prepare at all?
I guess just make sure you're careful before you go into any individual cavern. It's unexpected sometimes where you might end up.
So don't split up too far from each other then.
It is a different way every time to get to, I guess the center is where it is?
Now, is it Mizuni who's changing these caverns around like that?
I don't think so. I think it's just a part of the structure.
That's an odd structure.
Well, There's rumors that the caverns are alive, but I don't know if I believe that.
I see. Interesting.
Theo's currently having an existential crisis of the whole planet just being alive because the caverns spread far and wide. So he's like, oh my god.
Brandy squeezes Theo's hand like, relax.
Yeah, you could just... Brandy would know that Theo's sudden, like...
Yeah, the sudden tensing, like, it's okay. It's just rumors.
Right.
I do know that we've had some issues in the past with outsiders coming here to try and learn about the caverns in particular. Not necessarily what we're looking for, but just learn more about the structure. So, I would appreciate if you don't let anyone else know that I'm taking you.
Well, of course. I mean, you're helping us.
And if you do uncover anything with me while you're there, maybe not act on it once you leave.
Well, what do you mean by that?
The caverns are more than just tunnels and caves. They are oftentimes portals to other places.
Oh?
It's a very easy shortcut to get to different places that you need to go. It's very easy to hide things within them. There's a reason the Prime Capital's always visiting us.
We wouldn't want to put you all in danger, of course.
If anyone ever cracks how to use them, it's a very easy exit and a very easy entrance into our kingdom that we've tried so hard to keep people outside of.
Yeah, that immediately makes sense. We definitely would not want to tell anyone who would wish ill will towards all of you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, thank you.
If I might ask, is there a reason you particularly don't want outsiders here?
Well, it's never gone well when they've been here before.
Well, in what way, might I ask?
I only heard stories and things like that, but I guess a long time ago, an alliance was tried to be formed between a bunch of different kingdoms. It was a very one-sided agreement, though. We are on good terms now with the Prime Capital, of course, but there were a lot of demands to help support their own kingdom, and a lot of lacking on their end with supporting us.
We definitely would not want to put you in a position where they would have an easy way in.
Despite having that symbol there, we're not necessarily the biggest fans of the Prime Capital.
I know things seem like they're bad here, but we've never had a war. We've never been into a battle like that. I don't know if our people would be able to survive something if we upset such a place as them.
Honey, you got a big storm coming.
Our people are not fighters. Our royalty have trained for that. But the general populace here, I don't know.
Shui's gonna chime in. Do you know what a jabber is?
A jabber?
I
don't think so. What is it?
Monsters, usually. There's a lot of them. On the shoreline.
Yeah, just outside the city.
They're like pitch black, and they got beaks and antlers and glowy eyes.
Not all of them do.
Oh, I guess not all. Most of them look kind of like that, something like that. And they tend to repeat the last couple of things they've heard.
Interesting.
A really bad person might do something in the future if we don't stop them. So he's just kind of like, I don't know, he's looking apologetic. He's like, we'll try to help you out where we can, but everyone here needs to also be prepared for the worst if it comes to it.
Well, as long as they don't have a way to access the kingdom, we'll be fine.
We're trying to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible.
Right. You're much more pleasant than most of the outsiders who come.
But mighty appreciate that. We try our best.
We're trying our best, and from the sounds of it, we might just be some of the few people who are really not trying to take advantage of you all.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, our advisor is very careful about who he lets in for these things and the invitations that are given out. And of course, like I said, we do want to still remain civil with other kingdoms. We wouldn't want anyone to want a reason to come and attack us.
Do you know of any reasons that anyone would want to attack you?
Resources more than anything, usually.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, most of our food here has a lot of properties that the above land doesn't, so that on its own is a pretty big resource. We have a lot of skilled blacksmiths and things like that as well, with weapons stronger than the ones that you make above, although we just use them for hunting.
I see. I don't feel like that's enough to want to attack somebody over, though.
I don't know why they come here. Besides, maybe the caverns is my only other guess.
Yeah, that might be... You might be onto something there.
If you could crack the code of that, you could get anywhere you wanted to in this country in an instant without any magic necessary.
That is what it sounded like.
It's very easy to hide things in it too, like I said, if things are constantly changing.
Like the Black Heart. Like Nine, the leader of the Nine.
But as far as I know, they haven't cracked the code or whatever, so as far as I know.
It's time to go.
I don't have anything to add. We've got a plan.
We'll see you at, what exact time?
In the evening, you'll see the fish switch directions.
Right. Alright. We'll meet you at the cavern then.
Maybe it'd be better to meet at the gates.
Sure.
She nods and smiles. I'm glad to know that Titus made some friends.
Yes, we want him to know that we are here for him.
And I'm glad we have a fellow ally on Titus's side.
Then I'll see you at the gates.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to another episode of Chosen Ones. Our schedule has been a bit all over the place this season, and we expect this to be our new normal to ensure the quality of the show remains consistent without burning out our DM. While the goal will always be bi-weekly, you can check the community tab on YouTube or our Discord for schedule changes. We appreciate your patience so much, and just know that any delays are for the betterment and longevity of the series. The end of the season is well worth the wait. I promise. Thank you to our patrons, MeltiMoon, Travis, Alex Solana, EpiAureum, Homunculus, Derelictus, JokerDino, Keilan, Bubby, Zab, Z.Gutz, and Mr. Bakudan. We'll see you soon, fellow Sparks.